Hey there, it's Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale and United Dim Estates of the Dimmerica. What's up, overthinkers, and welcome to another episode of Animated Cartoon Conspiracy Theory. And fun fact, this little internet show is called Animated Cartoon Conspiracy Theory because the videos are animated, not just because I normally talk about animated shows. That aside, we have another interesting theory today on the most important character in Fairly OddParents, Doug Dimmadome. And what makes him so important? His plan for world domination. And you might think that's mild considering that we talk about world conquering threats quite a lot. But today I'm not only going to convince you that Doug Dimmadome is evil, but he is in fact trying to take over the world. So hold on to your 10-gallon hats because we're about to enter the world of Doug and his evil plans. Now then, Doug Dimmadome happens to be the richest person in Fairly OddParents next to Remy Bucksaplenty, and he's filthy stinking rich. How rich? Luckily, we already did the calculations in a short video of exactly how rich, and I think it's worth a short recap. Doug Dimmadome owns the Dimmadome Arena and the team named the Dimmsdale Ballhogs, and just owning the sports arena alone makes him worth over $10 billion. And we know this because real-world examples like the SoFi Stadium and the Allegiant Stadium collectively cost over $7 billion to construct, while owning a major sports team also adds on to his net worth by $6 billion. But how exactly does his wealth make him suspicious? Well, he not only owns a sports arena and a team, but he also owns a cable company and planned community known as Dimmadome Acres, which not only makes him all the richer, but also way more suspicious. Let me explain. In the special episode Channel Chasers, Timmy goes into the TV using a magic remote to save the world for Vicky. Little does he know his parents think he ran away because of them and tries to apologize on national TV. In order to do that, they meet up with Doug Dimmadome himself in his very own headquarters at Dimmadelphia Cable. And that cable company is in control of all of Dimmsdale's TV programming. And you might think, so what? What does it matter that he owns a cable company? But as a man who has the intention of taking over the world, being able to control the flow of information is a big factor. And we have live examples of this in the real world with billionaires who use media. For example, Elon Musk owns Twitter and Amazon owns the Washington Post. And it's not uncommon for a Twitter post from Elon to boost his stocks a little bit, or the Washington Post to cover a rollout for a brand new service from Amazon. But I know Doug's secret, and it's way worse than boosting his Dimma shares. In fact, in the episode Moving Day, pretty much all the homes in Dimmsdale get sold and Timmy's family and his friends move into a new place known as Dimmadome Acres. In this place, everyone acts eerily similar and offers everyone who visits a glass of milk. And if that wasn't weird enough, everyone who drinks the milk ends up being just like them, under a weird hypnotic spell. Timmy unwittingly stumbles into a secret facility operated by Doug Dimmadome, a factory that genetically modifies the milk for mind control. Yeah, Doug, try getting that FDA approved, but I think I would pass on the mind controlling milk. But in all seriousness, Doug attempted to forcibly make everyone live in his planned neighborhood to expand his Dimmadome empire. So it wouldn't be a surprise if he was attempting to do the same using cable TV. But the thing is, we're already too late. Dimmadome Acres may have failed, but he's already succeeded elsewhere much more. How, you may ask? Well, you remember that episode titled Nectar of the Odds? In that episode, Timmy wanted to make enough money to go see Crash Nebula on ice and ended up making a magic lemonade stand instead. But to his surprise, Vicky was doing the same exact thing, but using child labor to squeeze her lemonade juice. But when everything goes haywire, Timmy wishes everything to be back to normal like usual, but not before giving the last drop of his magic lemonade to a kid that Vicky had enslaved. And his wish? For his father to appear, and hence Doug Dimmadome appears. And you might be wondering why I brought this up. Why should we care that his son is long lost? Well, have you ever wondered why this kid knew exactly who his father was? This boy who's a little older than Timmy knew exactly who his father was, but Doug considered him long lost. A little concerning, isn't it? Well, I believe he wasn't so long lost, and in fact, Doug gave his son to Vicky for his initial profit. Vicky is quite literally an evil person. She tortures Timmy, her sister, and any other kid she can get her hands on. But the other thing about Vicky is that she's willing to do almost anything for money, like using child labor to sell lemonade, forcibly marrying Chip Skylark for money, or literally selling someone else's car for more money. And Vicky actually has been a babysitter for a long time, since she was about 8 years old. And that's pretty important knowing that Doug's long-lost son is just a tad older than Timmy, presumably only 12 while Timmy's only 10. And knowing Vicky, she doesn't only babysit Timmy, but also many kids throughout the city for more money. It's essentially her own business. And one of those kids happened to be turned into one of Vicky's slaves. For a price. See, and being a babysitter means that she has to get her twerps from unsuspecting parents and not baby nap them. I would assume that baby napping is pretty bad for business. But Vicky being driven by greed and Doug Dimmadome being fueled by capitalism, is a match made in heaven, which means he probably hired Vicky to watch his son forever and completely forgot about him, continuing on with his capitalistic endeavors, forgetting that his son even existed. And after all that, I could just end the theory right there. 3 strikes and you're out. He sold his son, hypnotized the town people, and controls all the media for profit. But what is an evil villain without wanting the whole world? Well, there's a new show that explains how exactly Doug is accomplishing world domination as we speak. So let's talk about The New Wish. The Fairly OddParents The New Wish is a new show about Cosmo and Wanda coming out of retirement to grant wishes for a new kid named Hazel Wells. And because this show was just announced, there's very little information on it. But the biggest piece of information is where the show is based. And that place happens to be the city of, Dimmadelphia? The same Dimmadelphia found on Doug's cable company? And if that's not sending alarm bells through your head, let me explain. Unlike Dimmsdale, which happens to be named after the city's founder, Dale Dim, Dimmadelphia is most certainly named after Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome and Dimmadelphia. Meaning that Doug not only owns the Dimmadome, the cable company, but was able to complete his mission in making a city with his name on it. And considering how obsessed he is with making the Dimmaempire, there's no telling when he'll stop. But is that a coincidence? I think not. And if you've already made it all the way through, why not hit that like button and subscribe for more theories? And not only that, you'll find some gaming videos on the channel as well. Lots of horror games waiting for you to be able to watch. Oh, and while you're there, you can check out some other cool things down inside the description of the video. Lots of little links for you to check out all of the other things. Who knows, you might find something interesting right there. And I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.